So guys, in this video, I want to take you through this car that all of you know that I bought it 4 months ago. I imported it from Japan. Very clean. It had zero dent. But unfortunately, 4 months down the line, we have had our first accident. As you can see, it looks like a small dent, but if you put your fist there, you can see it can fit inside. And then the damage is on a major panel that runs from this back left and then runs all through the roof. So it runs all through the roof, and it is the same panel that comes all the way to the front side. So in as much as the damage looks quite small, but it is a significant damage to repair. If you take this car to any garage, the kind of quotation you will get, actually it will be for the three panels: the door, this panel, and for the boot, and then maybe the replacement of this fender or this mudguard. But I am not in this video to complain, because I told you guys I have accepted to be your template. I have accepted to be your example, so that the things I learn, I have to teach you and you don't have to go through them yourself. So in today's video, I just want to take you through what I have gone through in the process of claim, because what we were told by people who sold us comprehensive insurance is that any amount of damage incurred on a car that has comprehensive insurance will be paid by the insurance when you go to claim. And as I told you, this damage, actually it was assessed by the insurance, and so it was a significant damage. And I just want to give you some advice so that you never find yourself on the wrong side of the insurance, and also for you to understand what is covered, what is not covered, and the procedures. So today's video, it will be very brief. And my hope is that you will understand the things that I will outline to you here. And also at the end of the day, I will tell you why people with big cars, a CX-5 is not a big car. People with this very big car that cost above 10 million, why they never go for comprehensive insurance? Because I came to realize comprehensive is actually not comprehensive. It is very, very limited to what comprehensive stands for in the English definition. So in the car insurance, of course, if you go to buy, you will be told about comprehensive insurance and third-party insurance. Comprehensive, just to give you a quick definition, it's whereby you stand to be paid, whether you are on the wrong or whether you are on the right. Your car will be repaired, but there are conditions. But third party, it simply means your car is not covered, you are not covered. The only covered person is the person you get into accident with. If you pay other people, then they will be covered, but you will not be covered. Also, to give you a reminder, when you are involved in a car accident, there are three outcomes. So, the first outcome is whereby you blame someone for causing the accident, meaning that you were on the right. So, okay, and this is very, very important, because I have come to notice, even when you have comprehensive insurance, it is very, very important to make sure that you are on the right side of the road. Never drive carelessly because you think you have comprehensive insurance. So the first incident is that you are on the right and you have someone to blame. The second one is where you are blamed. An accident has occurred, but the police officer has showed up and he has written his, abstract, and he has said, you are the one to be blamed. Sawa. On that case, you are on the wrong. Okay? The third outcome is whereby, okay, the other outcome is whereby there is no one to blame. Sawa. Meaning that it is either theft, so something has been stolen from your car, maybe a side mirror, or maybe a tire or a rim has been stolen. The other incident where there is no one to blame is in case of self-involving accident. You are reversing in your compound and then you hit a pole or you hit the wall. No one to blame. Sawa. And then there is what we call hit and run. Someone has caused an accident on the road and then they ran away before the police came and established who was on the wrong or on the right. So the easiest case to claim from the insurance is where you are on the right, and there is someone to blame. Sawa. Being on the right is not enough, but you have to identify someone to blame. You must take the number plate of the guy who who caused the accident, you must go to the police. The police must write the abstract and say you are on the right. That kind of a claim, you go to any insurance, you will get it very simple. Okay? And I will tell you something about what we call excess protection. So in that case, when there is someone to blame, the insurance will pay in full amount. They will not ask you for a single cent. They will not even say the minimum to pay. Okay? As long as there is someone to blame, they will pay all the money comfortably, and they will not even take you round in corners, because they know the money they will pay for your damages when the car is repaired, they will recover that from the person accused in their insurance. You know, they will be the one to pay back to your insurance when the case is done in the court. Now, where things get complicated is here, where you are on the wrong, meaning that you are to blame. Okay? Because when you are to blame, it simply means that the other person who is blaming you, at the end of the court case, they will come to your insurance and claim some money, meaning that your insurance will have double loss. They will not only repair your car, but they will also repair the car that you damaged, because you are the one to blame. So, sawa. The second, no one to blame. The second, where things also get complicated, is if there is no one to blame, it simply means that your car will be repaired by your insurance, but they will not get that money back because they are accusing no one. And this is where the question of excess protection comes in. Excess protection is whereby the insurance companies in Kenya, they have set the minimum amount of money they can spend per claim. Sawa. And that is the problem I had with this. Because I will tell you more about the minimum amount of money you can claim per incident. Because we are told every time by our insurance guys that anything that happens to your car, no matter the amount, when you pay for excess protection, insurance will pay. That is not true. The minimum that the insurance can spend on you per claim, it is set at 2.5% of the car value. When this car was being insured for comprehensive cover, it was valued at around 3.3, and I took my example. You guys, I'm using myself to teach you so that you don't have to go through the same lessons that I went through, and you can accelerate. So it was valued at 3.3. So 2.5 of 3.3 is 82,000, meaning if I go to my insurance, they cannot pay for any damage less than 82,000. Okay? Especially when I have no one to blame, or when I am the one to blame. But if I am blaming someone, the question of excess protection does not come into play, because even if they will spend 10,000, 20,000, then it simply means they will go and recover that money. In any case, it is not a problem. Sawa. So let me explain this to you. If this car was valued 10 million, let's say, for example, if my car was valued 10 million, okay, it simply means 2.5 of 10 million is around 250k. Sawa. Meaning that mtu ako na hiyo Prado ya 10 million, no matter the damage, insurance cannot come through if the amount of damage repaired is less than 250,000. 100k, you have to go back to your pocket. 250k, you have to go back to your pocket, and so on and so forth. And also, excess protection, you can only claim it once. Sawa. Because I'll tell you how much they charge for excess protection. For this one, I think I paid like 8,000 to make sure that if anything happens, and I think I need to define excess protection better. Excess protection is whereby you, yeah, I think I've already defined that. Nimesema anything below 82,000, you pay from your pocket. Above 82,000, that's where the insurance comes in. So this is the parting shot, that no blame. If you have no one to blame, okay, sometimes they will tell you no claim, okay, because that claim becomes very difficult if you have no one to blame. And then if you have no one to blame, there is no excess. Sawa. And what I advise you guys is to understand what is excess protection. Let your guy explain to you what is excess protection. Because for me, I thought even this small damage, I thought it would be repaired at zero cost. But now, because the value of the damage was less than 82,000, I will now be forced to go and look for my mechanic somewhere to come and fix this. Okay, so what I can tell you guys is that pay for excess protection. Excess protection for this car was 8,000. For small cars will be like 3,000, 4,000, meaning that any damage that cost you, how can I say, the minimum spend, you'll not be forced to go back into your pocket. Let's say if this car had an accident that costs, let's say 300,000 Kenya shillings, and I don't have excess protection paid, it means that I will have to pay 82,000, and then the insurance completes the amount on top. I hope that point is very clear. So what I will pay 82 before repairs, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So if I did not have excess protection, and let's say assuming this was a major accident that would cost 500,000, then I would be forced to pay around 82,000, and then the insurance comes to pay the things on top. So my parting shot, and I think this is the last time I'm saying that, always be on the right side of the road, no matter what kind of insurance you have. No matter what kind of insurance you have. That is my advice today. I have seen people saying that they have that you have comprehensive. Go and write an OB. Go and write an abstract. Tell the police that you are on the. It's a hit and run. Remember, the moment if they had repaired this damage for me, okay, it means I have already claimed my excess protection. The next time during the same year of cover, if I have an incident, I will have to cough 82,000 because excess protection is only claimed once. And the other lie that this insurance guy will tell you is that if this thing is stolen, if this side mirror is stolen, anything stolen in this car that does not cost over 82,000, I will have to go back into my pocket. And if I have claimed excess protection once, I am not allowed to claim it a second time, meaning that any other intervention that will happen through insurance for this car, I will have to pay 82,000, and then the insurance comes and complete what is on top. So that is the video I wanted to give you guys. I think it is very, very important that you understand these insurance things, and you never gain by claiming. That is one thing that we all need to understand. The claim of insurance benefits, you never gain anything. So you better maintain your car in good condition. You better drive carefully. You better be on the right, because the situation after claiming and the process of claiming, it is draining, it is tiresome, it is uncertain, and you get out of that process more frustrated than you could have done if you just waited. Like hii gari by the way niligongwa mahali tu tukibishana na mtu who is going to enter the road first. If I had waited or he had waited, I believe all the time we had wasted in between after the accident, it's more frustrating than just being patient and being on the right side of the road. So, guys, because I am going to build this thing myself, my M-Pesa number iko hapo. If my content imekuwa ikikujenga for the last 5 years, it is your time to to do something. We want to raise a lot of money for this, but no worry guys, even if you don't send anything, Mungu tuko na Mungu. But anyway, on a light note, so yeah, guys, I hope you have learned a thing. But it was very unfortunate that my car that had 00 scratch is now a write off. Sijui kama huko Japani kama hii inakuanga grade 2. Hii ni grade 2 ama grade 3, na ilikuja ikiwa grade 4.5. So kama unatoa gari Japan na unakataa kuileta juu iko na dent kama hii ikawekwa grade 3, you see it is also not reasonable, because gari kama hii reasonable, hii ni AU3. Ukiona AU3 ama AU5 ni gari unaweka fist hapo inatoshea. Hizi ni dent kubwa sana, but sasa hii inawekagwa grade 2 ama grade 2.5 ama 3. So nikikwambia ulete grade 3 itakuwa gari iko kama hivi. But so guys, so wish me well. I hope an incident like this will never happen again. But yeah, it was very, very frustrating. Also from my insurance guys, it was also equally frustrating. But I hope you understand. Yeah, so not the mood we always have in this channel, but it is what it is. And see you in my next one. All right, bye. Ni hivyo.